is, where did they both disappear? They went together, there is no doubt about it. And where should they have gone? The Holy Quran points at the place and its features. It's a place which is mountainous, plateau-like, and a place where is peace, ذات قرار ومعين. And there are also many springs. Now, this description applies beautifully to Kashmir. There is no doubt about it. But there is only one finger pointing at this. There should be other evidence. How on earth could we imagine that this verse is definitely speaking of Kashmir, and how can we fix the place to be that? This is a big issue. Now, if the Holy Quran has spoken on something which relates to Jesus Christ, of course we should expect that the New Testament also should refer to that incident. And when you see another finger pointing at that point, then at the juncture of the two signs, you can recognize the place. Now, Jesus Christ is known to have said that before crucifixion, that he would leave the people and go in search of or in pursuit of the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Now, this is very significant. He made a promise to his people that he would leave them and go to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Everyone who has the slightest knowledge of the history of Jews understands from this that earlier than the time of Jesus Christ, peace be upon him, 12 tribes of Israel, 10 out of 12 tribes of Israel had been turned out of Judea, and they had to travel. They call it diaspora, They were scattered all over, but they had to travel eastward. And they settled in some eastern countries as they proceeded along the courses. So now, Jesus has promised that I am going to leave you and I would go to pursue these lost tribes of Israel. When you understand this, then the Holy Quran's verse becomes very clear. You see, a prophet has made a promise. How can he die without fulfilling that promise? So if, as the others believe, instead of being crucified, he was lifted to the heaven, where was this promise? He had forgotten, or had God forgotten this promise? So he could not have risen to heaven without fulfilling this promise. But God has also attached inseparably his own mother with him. So they both to go together wherever this verse indicates. And where did they go? Before childbirth we know, but then they came back. Again, we also know that Ava means an escape from danger and a shelter from danger. So the danger to both of them appeared during the time of crucifixion or before that, with the great hostility shown by the Jewish people towards him and his mother and all the others. God promised that these two I have saved, and I have removed them from the place of danger to a place where there is peace, shelter, mountainous area and springs. So where should Jesus go after crucifixion? Obviously in the direction which is set first by the Quran and second by the Bible. According to the Quran, the area is described. According to the Bible, the people are described who must have settled in that area. Otherwise his promise will be wrong. So if you trace the exodus of the Jews, the 10 tribes towards east, now the Christian scholars, the Western scholars themselves now agree that the people of Afghanistan and the people of Kashmir are of Jewish origin, Israelites. And anyone can see that, looking at them is so easy, because their features, their nomenclature, look at the tribes of Afghan tribes, Isa Khel, Musa Khel, this Khel, that Khel. Such terminology is not in usage in India anywhere else. Only among the Afghans. And the names of the places when you reach Kashmir are surprisingly those which were used in Palestine in olden days. And then the Takht-e-Sulaimani and this, you read the nomenclature, particularly this is mentioned in the book of Hazrat Esa under the title Masih Hindustan mein, Messiah in India. Now, Kamsha, I know that my answer has become too big. I'll stop here. But by pointing out that this verse leads to a place which is not mentioned as Kashmir. I agree. No name is mentioned, but to a place of a certain description. The other biblical verse leads us to follow the course, directs us to follow the course of how people of the house of Israel. Wherever they went, Jesus must have gone. And this is established that they went and settled in Kashmir. Now the verse does not apply to Afghanistan. It's far from being a piece of an abode of peace and mountain, the sort of Jannah which is described in this verse does not apply to Afghanistan, but to Kashmir, of course. So this is only a partial answer to the second part of the question. Then I'll turn to the third one. Right?
يقول أمير المؤمنين أن هذه الآية تشير إلى بعض السمات التي يتميز بها المكان الذي ذهب إليه أو آوى إليه سيدنا عيسى وأمه. قال ذات ربوة ذات قرار ومعين، أي أنها مكان جبلي فيه الأمن وفيه السكينة والطمأنينة وفيه ينابيع الماء متوفرة. إذن هذه إشارة إلى هذا المكان، يحتمل أن يكون هذا هو المكان، وهذا الوصف ينطبق تماما على كشمير، ولكنه لا يعطي الإجابة الحاسمة على أن هذا المكان هو كشمير. لو نظرنا إلى منبع آخر للمعلومات وتلاقى الاثنان في نقطة واحدة، هذه تحدد المكان. هناك في الكتاب المقدس ورد عن سيدنا عيسى أنه إنما جاء لخراف بني إسرائيل الضالة، أي إلى قبائل إسرائيل الضالة. وفي وقته لم يكن هناك في فلسطين إلا قبيلتين فقط، أما القبائل العشرة فكانت قد تفرقت في الدياسبورا أو الشتات وأخرجت من فلسطين إلى المشرق إلى العراق وأفغانستان وإيران والهند. وهو كان قد وعد بأنه جاء لهؤلاء فلا بد وأن يذهب إليهم. بعد حادثة التعرض للصلب وهجوم واضطهاد اليهود وبحثهم عنه لقتله، كان لابد وأن يهرب من هذه الأخطار وأن يأوي إلى أمن الله، فآواه الله إلى هذا المكان. فما كان يمكن أن يصعد إلى السماء أو يذهب إلى أي مكان آخر إلا إذا نفذ هذا الوعد وذهب إلى قبائل بني إسرائيل وأدى مهمته معهم.
And the second point, the mother did not go to the heaven with him.
كما أن أمه
here, Awena means both of them were taken away.
والآية تشير وآويناهما، أي أن أمه أيضا كانت معه، فهي أيضا لم تذهب إلى السماء وهو لم يغادرها، فالاثنان بقيا على الأرض ليتمم المهمة التي جاء من أجلها. العلماء الآن التاريخيون يقولون ويوافقون على أن اليهود ذهبوا إلى بلاد الشرق في الأماكن التي أشار إليها، ولو أن أحدا زار هذه الأماكن ونظر في ملامح هؤلاء الأقوام ودرس عاداتهم وأشكالهم وعقائدهم وبعض الأسماء الموجودة هناك لتبين أن أصولهم من بني إسرائيل. وأنا شخصيا ذهبت إلى كشمير ورأيت في سرينجر السكان هناك كأنك ترى بيت المقدس، الوجوه وجوه فلسطينية بيضاء ذات سمات خاصة لا توجد في الهنود أبدا، وكل من حولهم يختلف عنهم في هذا الشكل. إذن هو ذهب إلى هذا المكان ليتمم مهمته.